You see the little shit going. That's a video.
What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia on a possible Pacquiao Triple G fight. Mikey says Manny keeps surprising everybody. Potential opponent Mikey Garcia feels 8-division world champion Manny Pacquiao could surprise people if he decides to take on the Kazakhstan star Gennady Golovkin in a super fight. The subject was brought up by Pacquiao's former head coach, Freddie Roach, who suggested Pacquiao might want to take the middleweight champion on despite the weight disparity. In an interview with Fight Hype, Garcia doubted if Pacquiao was serious about climbing to 160 pounds, and this is what Mikey had to say. He says when he goes up in weight to 154, junior middleweight, he himself is not weighing not too much. But Triple G is 160. I don't know if he's willing to go to 160. But Garcia, a four-division champion, said it is hard to count out the 41-year-old Filipino champion. He says it's a complicated thing. I can still see Manny doing well because Triple G, Golovkin, is on his way out, maybe. But that's what we've always thought about Manny, he said. We've always thought that Manny is ready to retire and he's too old and he keeps surprising everybody. And he said, it's that a real fight? Then I'm curious too. It's not an easy fight. You move up and weight a lot, said Garcia. Wow. Well, I have to agree with Mikey, because if you guys been following this channel, and for the last 3 years, I've been wanting Manny Pacquiao to retire. I wanted him to retire. I wanted Roy Jones Jr. to retire. I'm glad he actually did. Well, I guess not now because he's taking on Mike Tyson. But, I wanted Manny to retire. But I think that Manny does have a lot left. It's just when will he run out? Hopefully it won't be on that night. Okay, I hope he finds out or he figures out in between fights or not during a fight that he's not ready. But moving up in weight to someone like Gennady Golovkin is still a very dangerous thing. I remember Stephen A. Smith, saying, specific words to Floyd Mayweather Jr. Don't mess with Gennady Golovkin. Leave him alone, right? Don't mess with that man. Stephen A. Smith, right? Well, Manny Pacquiao is going up to do that. But I'll tell you this. If Manny goes to 160 to fight Golovkin and he messes around and win, then everyone is going to look like this to Floyd Mayweather. You know what I mean? Because then they're going to expect Floyd to do something similar. Okay? Think about it. Let's look at it this way. Manny Pacquiao took out Keith Thurman, even though this Keith Thurman wasn't the same Keith Thurman, but he was still an undefeated one. It wasn't like an Andre Berto that got 4 losses. And Keith Thurman at the time, you better not duck me, son. That Keith Thurman wanted to fight Floyd. Okay, Floyd didn't fight him. Floyd fought Berto, got out of the game, a rich man, right? C'est la vie. But then Manny kept taking on these guys, He took on a younger Broner. He took on Matisse. He beat Keith Thurman, an undefeated Keith Thurman, in a spectacular fight. It was a wonderful night that night. Very exciting. Now, you're looking at all this and people start to compare their resumes and what they've done, their accomplishments in the ring. People, and already people are saying, Bernard Hopkins, Mikey Garcia, a lot of other fighters, Sugar Shane Mosley, a lot of fighters are saying that Pacquiao did more in his career, or has a better string of accomplishments than Floyd. They're already saying that. Okay, so what happens if Manny does the unthinkable? He goes up there and he beats Gennady Golovkin. I know Gennady Golovkin's 38, but at the same time he has 1 loss and he's still a very dangerous, hard-hitting Kazakh warrior, right? Yeah, he may be on his way out. Fair play. But he was able to do something that Floyd didn't want to do, but this time, 2 times. So my thing is, what are people going to think when Manny does that, if he can accomplish that, right? He'd be a 9th division world champion, and nobody can take that away from him. However, nobody can take that away from Manny Pacquiao anyway, because he's still an 8th division world champion. And to this day, nobody has been able to do. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about Mikey Garcia's comments about Manny Pacquiao. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.